Hi, it's Hazel, and welcome to my channel, Hazel and Aka Design. This is going to be a long overdue follow-up Friday video. Um, so long, in fact, that when I looked in the bin in the magazine holder where I keep projects, so I remember to show them to you. I even forgot what I had put in there, and I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm discombobulated. Let's just say that. Okay, the main thing I wanted to show you is something that I worked on. I mean, there's nothing here remotely resembling a rocket science. You may have seen, I'm pretty sure I've shown you, that, I acquired a number of pre-cut pieces of cards. This is one of those plastic shoebox type things. Some of these are fancier than others. Essentially, I just now keep this on a little cart beside me that has wheels. It's an old, I don't even know what it is, but it's handy enough that I find myself reaching for these things and actually using them. So what I did was I had two old volumes of something called the Children's Illustrated. Oh my God, now I can't remember. I had shown them in a thrift haul. They were beautiful, oversized books, very embossed, decorative colors, and they were kind of in sad shape in that they had been colored in and so on. And I didn't know that I could sell them intact as they were. I can't remember the year either. I think it might have been in the early 20s. So what I decided, and maybe it was a rash decision, but what I decided one day was to go through them and, completely got both books and get as many pages, illustrations out of them as I could. And it helped that the books were directed at children or about children. So it fed into my projects that I'm doing for those baby books. So things like this. Now, on their own, this isn't a great deal of use to me, so I thought I would start backing them. But you can see how darn cute they are. All sorts of sizes and shapes and so on. So and most of these I just sort of folded and tore, on the fold lines, because I think I was doing it in bed, to be honest. So, I don't have a lot of tools there. These are a few little book plates that were in there as well. This is from something else, but I thought that I could maybe use these. Now, some of them, when I had torn other things out of the book, I wasn't very careful. So some things have missing corners, so I don't know how. But I was thinking that if I position things, I have real photo corners. I don't know why I'm farting around with this, but who knows? Maybe. Because really, that would take quite a bit of, suppose this was the photo. Yeah, that would be probably more trouble than it's worth. Okay, let's take the bull by the horns here, throw that in the garbage, and save myself some effort. Now, these did not come out. No, they didn't come out of it. Oh, yes, they did. These things came out. Sorry, something was falling here. These things came out of the same book. And I grouped them because they were photographed. I don't know why these are separate from those. Not sure. I can keep them all together, I guess. I kept photos separate from illustrations. Now, I'm not going to show you every single one, but they're so cute. Now, rather odd colors, I would say, for the illustrations. So there's this, I don't even know how to describe that. almost a pea soup kind of color. So, of course, I end up with some odd shapes because this was part of a full page thing. So this balloon man was down here, and that was up there, and then there were verses and so on. Anyway, I salvaged as much as I could, and it helped when the verse was, you know, below the illustration. Anyway, so I had all these things, I sorted them by colors, and then the cow jumped over the moon, and then I began going through my cardstock pieces in an attempt to match things up. And you know, I do like to match. But again, pretty strange colors. And of course, all of these are also too big for the pieces of paper that I had to use out of there. You know, there are some of these longer green ones that I still might be able to use. However, I spent a lot of time on this, and I needed to get on to something else, so that's why I didn't finish. But I did do a heck of a lot. So maybe I'll show you a few of those and just tell you, since I glued them down, I've trimmed them, and haven't really sorted them or decided that, okay, these will work in these baby books, and do something with the rest. So, Gingerbread Boy, 2 pictures, and then that guy that I guess he was part of that. So in some cases I had to do things like that. These turquoise papers, I was really glad to use them up. And where they were longer, I just basically folded them, thinking this could be, you know, glued down and be kind of a more interactive thing. You know, but the illustration, I mean, this one is religious, I guess Christmas or something. But the illustrations, like there's the boy with his finger in the dike. Just cute beyond words. Look at those little pigs. Now, in a case like this, rather than, you know, cut that strip off and have it be kind of useless, I either offset it or, well, I guess offset is the word, whether I went side to side or top to bottom, so that it left room to further decorate if I wanted to go kind of over the top with decorations. Otherwise, they're basically just ready to use. Now, I could round the corners yet, I suppose. But, you know, cute, cute, cute. Now, this one, I had to tear the thing out, the illustration out of one place and the little bow wow wow out of someplace else. And so I left it not knowing what I would ultimately do with it. Like maybe fold it down, cut it off, have it a page, you know, like a page topper kind of thing. Same thing here. I didn't know if I would decorate around, like, I mean, by leaving these things untrimmed, I leave myself some options. I could cut it off because this is, you know, kind of substantial. I could cut it off and have it be pockets, or I could decorate in the corners or whatever. Look how cute this is. So I should put this aside. Well, we'll see. I don't know. This I had to cut that way, so this becomes a kind of a corner thingamajig. This one I had a little trouble with because I didn't want to lose any of the verse. Normally I would never have the person looking outside of the picture plane, but it didn't work to have it reversed, so I broke my own rule there. Now, something like this, the baby's shoe, would obviously fit perfectly in one of the baby books. Or this one, baby's bowl of milk. So maybe I should be putting some of those aside. This one I thought could be a wraparound on a page, so I left that. So I basically let the the size and orientation of the piece of paper determine what I was going to do with them. Now, something like this, I had a number of these fairly, this is kind of thin. It's not actually cardstock. But I had a fair number of these black sheets that looked just beautiful with because of all the black in the background. So I thought, you know, worst case scenario, I could fold this around the page. It would fold well because it's fairly lightweight. And, you know, obviously if somebody wanted to write on the back, they would have to use like a white gel pen or something. But look at that. The cuteness factor. Unbelievable. Or how about this girl washing her dolls in the sink? Or these guys with their dolls. And again, you can see from the orientation of some of these illustrations just how darn cute they are. Now, they're too wide. 3, 6, almost 7 inches. Too wide to be a belly band, but, you know, maybe they could be tucked into a pocket as a bookmark or something. And then there were other, oh, this one I backed on just, look at these cute little fairy guys here. They're, looks like they're banging in tent pegs or something. And here they're using a pulley system for something or other. But just gorgeous. Oh, here's another baby one. Let's put that with the baby stuff. Cute little girl. Now this one, I couldn't, you know, other than making a sharp corner there, I just left that there thinking, okay, that has to be disguised in the decorating step. All these fairies all over that chair. So this could be a page hangover. That could be a wraparound. Now this is cardstock, so this would be a little harder to fold. But again, how cute would that be as a page thing? Now, because I've talked extensively about what I did and why I did it, I'm not going to I'm not going to dazzle you with my gluing ability, but I do have a couple of more things that were selected. So there were these cute little dogs. They all seem to belong together, so I don't know yet what I'm doing with them. This probably is the wrong color paper. I might have to get a better piece of paper. And this one, I've never heard of Popcorn Land, but these are kernels of popcorn that have faces, arms, and legs. So this girl might have to get sacrificed. So I do have more work to do, but obviously I also have plenty to use here. And I managed to get rid of 2 books. Oh, obviously there are lots of pages that will just lend themselves to collage purposes. So I'll do a better sorting of this, take out all the separate all the baby stuff, and see if any of these colors work with the books I'm currently working on. So I just wanted you to, this activity definitely, you know, would count as a mask make, simply by gutting the books, tearing out all those images, and then gluing them down. I've come, you know, 3/4 of the way, or in some cases all the way, to being done with them. And I think, you know, there's no doubt in my mind that that is the mark of efficiency. And it also is one way to make sure that things actually get used. Because frankly, you can have the best old stuff or the best new stuff. You can have the best stuff, old or new, sitting on your shelves or lost somewhere within your space. But if you don't get it to the point where you can actually remember that you have it, reach for it when you need it, and actually use it, then, you know, it's the same as not having it at all. And to say that it's taken me a while to figure that out is, well, sad but true. Okay. Now, the other thing that was, I've been meaning to talk about this for a while, I guess. I had these cute upholstery samples. Now I can't, it's been so long. Don't think I cut them up. I think, well, I don't know. Honestly, I don't remember anymore. Now they had the little paper tab, and I can't remember if they were pinked all around or not, but all I did was, rather than fight with that paper, I folded it at that, at its edge, and zigzagged around. So now these could all be pockets. And this, of course, would be the top because it's crisper and firmer there. So there are 4 of those. I love these 2 especially because they're so tactile. So I will, oh, excuse me, I think I'm going to sneeze. So I will, I guess, put this with the needs completion ephemera. Now, of course, there are ways to do that. On these 2 that are plain, or just with these leaves, of course, a person could do some slow stitching on there, maybe in some vibrant color. You know, just do, what is that stitch called? I don't remember the name, but just basically the outline stitch, back stitch, I guess, around the flower, or around the leaves, would automatically give it a little more depth and interest. So again, these have been kicking around a long time. I need to either finish them or put them away and let them not be kind of in my visual, in my field of vision. Now this, you're used to seeing beautiful spools sometimes with people's snippet rolls. I've gotten smarter lately and have begun saving these spools with the intention, of course, of either painting or covering this with something so you can't see it was from Dollarama. But I wanted to show this to you because you've seen the snippet roll in earlier stages. And I would say that for all intents and purposes, it's now done. So I just wanted the drama of unrolling it. So you can see, now the story on this was that this red fabric, the black and white gingham, yeah, maybe just those 2, came off a wreath that I had bought at a thrift store and taken apart. And it was a fabric wreath, and now the fabric wasn't glued down. They might have just used greening pins into the foam. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Whatever scraps a person has. And then, of course, I added other black, white, and gray bits. And lots of buttons. And I had started this on a piece of jelly roll that I didn't think I would use otherwise. You can also see that I stitched it sort of, you know, like once around the edge and kind of just randomly in the middle. And then the other half of it, same piece of jelly roll, I used other stuff. Now, am I going to remember what I even used here? Oh, I guess some of the same fabrics. However, it looks totally different, number one, because I then used this tool with these embroidered flowers on it and greenery on it. That was actually a top that I had thrifted. So it was kind of a sheer, I don't know if it had a knit body underneath. I guess it would have had to, otherwise, it would have been like X-rated. I used a bit of fiber with some glitter in it, a sparkly thread in it, not glitter. And then I used these kind of iridescent butterflies and sewed them down. I thought the butterflies were kind of a cool, you know, butterflies and flowers go together. And a lot of these, I used up no, I didn't use all of this up because that's just not my way. But maybe I used a sleeve or something, or part, like whatever. I used up scraps first. So as the, so you can see the concentration of that embroidered stuff is like here it's a little sparser, here it's very dense. So it's kind of just how it worked out. But honestly, is that not eye-catching? And then just couch stitched over this piece of yarn with the sparkly thread in it. Now, I honestly don't think that I would put any more work into this, simply because it's pretty flashy as it is. And honestly, sometimes you just have to say when and move on to other things. So, you know, maybe in the comments you want to tell me which half you love better. But I think that is probably all I wanted to show you today. But I will add this to, well, maybe even to this spool for the time being. Maybe I'll have the fancy one, the fancy end show this time. One of these days, maybe just to make myself feel good, I will maybe just bring all my spools together and let you see them all again, all together. I am, as time permits, working on the purple and gold one that I had. I'm sure I've shown you the early stages of it. So that's pretty well okay. So that's the length of a jelly roll. That pretty well fills this spool up. Maybe I'll just add a pin here to hold it all together. But yeah, these things do become like a decorative element in the studio. So again, I think that is all I have to show you today. Again, if you've ever tried mass making anything, you know that there's definite value in doing that. Oh, these things were all, I thought there was something else. These things were also in that same thing, but I don't know why they seem like they've been separated from their friends or something. I think I might have shown you something similar to this. So basically this is, oh, this was part of a calendar. There's a fabric there. Oh, I know what this was. This was one of those snippet rolls. Can you tell where it was joined? Maybe right there. That was just a series of strips that were glued one beside the other. I think that might have been a Gail Augustinelli idea in the beginning. So I had done that, but of course never had done the completing steps. Look at this piece of tape. Is that not great? There's texture to it right here. That part is like the you know, really old leather that is starting to crumble, and some tissue paper and a sentiment, and yeah, 2 more things to add to the ephemera stash. I'm going to stop there. Yeah, tell me which part of the snippet roll you preferred, and maybe if you've ever done a snippet roll, and how you do it or why you do it, and do you love doing it. As I said in the video I just completed before this one, I think that I'll be taking, oh, one thing I forgot to show, but maybe should I even, no, I won't bother showing that. It'll probably, maybe I will show it. The last video that I just did, it's still uploading, showed some antique store purchases. In fact, it was these tobacco silks. the other thing I got there were, well, now the cellophane is torn, but these are intact packages of Holly Hobby cards. I thought somewhere, for some reason, I thought this was the 1970s. It doesn't say. Now, because this was made in the US of A, I could actually, you know, divide these up and sell them. These are really cute as well. This was in a box. Oh my goodness, there is a date on there. 1950, 60, 73, 1973. And this is like a note card. You know, one of these with those. Oh, I thought all the pictures were the same. I didn't realize that, well, there's one of those and three of these. I didn't realize it was two different designs in there. And then there is another set of note cards. And this one, I guess, doesn't have a date either. But probably the 70s as well, because there are barcodes. So apparently barcodes came into more common use in the 70s. Now, one thing, looks like these are these invitation? Oh no, they're just blank. So these would all be the same too, I'm sure. Yep. And then there are some stickers, but I can't get the price tag off, so in case I choose to sell them, I don't really want the price tag on there. Well, maybe I'll do it this way. So these, so 2 sheets of these, obviously I don't feel the same way about the US flag as I do about my own, so this is not very appealing to me. But I know I have a lot of American friends, so maybe someone else is interested in it. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so that's all I have to show you today. And isn't it kind of nice that this is a short video? Oh, Lord, I'm in control of it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. And, yeah, that's a follow-up Friday for you. Thanks, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.